Kia ora everybody and welcome to the Term 2 Week 4 Paragraphs group. Just a recap on last week, we were talking about the PEE method and structuring our paragraphs with a topic sentence, some supporting details, and the ending statement. And then afterwards, I know in my group, we talked about maybe starting to link our paragraphs together when we write more than one, talking about a whole text. So, looking at our learning intentions for this, we are going to be looking more towards the PEEL method, looking at what that link might look like. So, we're going to start off with basically a recap of what is a paragraph. So you'll notice over here, it says a paragraph is a group of sentences within a piece of writing, which is written about the same idea or topic. This one here, as you can see, is a fiction text. It's got the first paragraph, second, third, fourth, and fifth, which is the conclusion. Paragraphs are often separated by missing a line between each of them. So remembering that as well, when you're doing it on the laptop or your iPads, enter. Okay, that makes a nice, neat paragraph. Don't press enter unless you are creating a new paragraph. Looking at this one here, paragraphs are used to show when a writer has changed the time, the place, or the argument. When they do this, they'll start a new paragraph. This is a non-fiction text here about hedgehogs, and in a non-fiction text, we can usually see the subheadings before the paragraph. So you'll see here, where do they live, their favorite food, staying safe, all right? So you've got the order of the paragraphs there. Some reasons why we use paragraphs, like we said, when you change the time, place, or argument, but it's also to explain or describe an idea in more detail. Once you're year 7 and 8, you should be adding lots of detail to your full pieces. It's also to group ideas together, to make the text easier to read, and to organize what has been explained in the text. So this is all what helps you. Let's move on to this over here. Last time I shared with you this little acronym, the TIP-TOP. So when we are using TIP-TOP, it reminds us when to change our paragraphs, when to start a new paragraph. So the TI obviously stands for time. We use this when you want to move from now to then, so either a different date, different time period, those sorts of things. The P is for a place change. It's found every time you move around. TO is for topic. So when you're mentioning something new, you'd start a new paragraph. And lastly, P is for person. When you introduce a new character or a new person, it would start a new paragraph as well. And then you get to describe and explain about them. So our objectives here are to be able to identify when to change a paragraph. We're going to apply paragraphing to our own piece of writing. And we're also going to have a look at how some connectives and adverbials can help to improve our writing as well. The warm-up task is a text about the Nile River, which is the longest river in the world. You're to add where the new paragraph should go, and in your annotations, you would show the different parts of the paragraph. So let's have a look at what that looks like. That's our warm-up task here, which tells you about the Nile River. Where you think the paragraph goes here, you need to click and press enter. The annotations I was talking about is this here. To demonstrate your learning, show me the different parts of each paragraph. Use the following color coding. So I'd like to see the point or topic sentence in red. You can use an arrow or you could highlight it. I don't mind how you do it. The explanation, the point or topic sentence in red, the explanation in yellow, the example and evidence in orange, and the link or the ending sentence goes in blue. So I'm guessing this chunk of text would probably have around 3 paragraphs. See if you can find them and color coordinate those. Okay, back to this one here. Here's an example over here, okay? This shows you a change of place. Sol ran as fast as his legs would carry him. The graveyard was his safe haven, a place that no one knew about, not even his best friend Peter. So it's changing from being in the graveyard to now, as Sol reached the far wall of the graveyard, he wedged his shoe in between the loose stonework and hauled himself over. So you can see now that he has travelled to the other side of the graveyard. He's near a wall. So it's a change of place, which is why we've done enter and even used the indent function to indent the paragraphs as well. You can have a go at practicing that when you do yours. Right, moving on. We talked about some connectives. Connectives help to link your ideas, your sentences, and your paragraphs. These are some examples of connectives over here. So you might like to pause the video at this stage and maybe note some of these down that you might like to use. If not, I do have another slide on our slides here that show you about some more adverbials, okay? You can see the time, frequency, place, manner, and degree. And those are some sentence starters or words that you can use to help you with that. All right, moving on. You have a practice task for Group A and Group B. You need to order the paragraphs to make sense. And while you're doing this, I want you to really think hard is, why did you order the paragraph the way you did? So let's have a look at those tasks. Task A is here on slide 9, and task for Group B is here on slide 8. The instructions are here, okay? This one, Group A, asks you to highlight the adverbials, so you might want to use this little chart for reference, okay? Lastly, I want you to think, after you've done your own paragraphs on the actual task that you will do, is how does today's learning link to 3 other subjects? And how can you use what you've learned in today's lesson in those other subjects? Maybe also think about what skills can you take from today and use elsewhere in life. How is this lesson going to help you with that? Let's go back to our slides here. So the follow-up task that you're going to be doing is to write a good piece. It's going to have an introduction, 3 main paragraphs, and a conclusion. And it can be about one of these topics that you did last time, or you can choose your own. Absolutely, it's completely up to you. Remember that to write a good paragraph, you need to have the topic sentence, the supporting details, the adding details, and the concluding sentence that links back to your topic sentence and or links to the next paragraph, okay? P-E-E-L, basically. So remember those 4 letters. They will help you. Start your typing here. Your evidence can continue over here. And then when you've finished, you can think about that reflection that I just talked about. So good luck, everybody. I hope that this all makes nice, good sense to you and that you're working on moving up those rubric levels. This is all to help you level up to our Year 7 and 8 expectations. Ka kite ana!